Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode of the All Aces podcast. My name's Anthony. I'm joined by my friends.
What's up? It's your boy Danny.
We're back again. It's Nate.
And we got the whole media crew, Freddie, Mondo, and Mark in the back. Shout out the boys.
And today, guys, we got a little bit different of a type of podcast today. Tell them why, Dan.
These past couple episodes, we've gotten some great feedback, and we're super grateful for that. But the one thing we have been hearing is that we need to do an intro and kind of give a little bit of a reason as to why we started the podcast. So this episode, we're doing just that. We're rocking with just the boys that we're going to talk about kind of the background of the podcast and how this whole thing got rolling.
And this is a podcast that I've been wanting to do this whole time. So I know going into the podcast, you guys already knew each other. So can you guys give us a little bit of backstory about how you guys met each other and how you guys got this whole team rocking with each other?
Yeah, sounds kind of like a first date, huh? Like we're dating. But I think you can.
Bromance is very important, guys.
Bromance is important.
Bromance
man.
is important.
So you can kind of kick it in. Started off for good, and
Well,
he'll tell his side of the story.
I'll tell my side of the story.
Hopefully it matches up a little bit.
So look, it all started about, maybe like 14, 15 years ago when your boy came here straight from the motherland, straight from Mexico. At the time, when I first got here, I was going to school, whatever. Fast forward, graduate high school. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life because, with my legal status, I couldn't really go to school and pursue like the typical, go to college, get a good career type of deal. So I ended up doing a bunch of odd shit, to be honest with you, until I kind of figured out that I could do something. So at the time, I was working construction, doing security. And one of the oddest jobs out of all of them, I should say, was I was going door to door selling vacuums. Actually, selling curvy vacuums. I still swear by them to this day, by the way. And it's crazy because this is kind of like it's one of those butterfly effect moments where I knocked on a door and I didn't even know what was going to come of it. But to be honest with you, if I would have never knocked on that door in Visalia, I would have never met Anthony, and I probably wouldn't be here right now, to be honest with you. So it was really cool. Long story short, I ended up knocking on the door of the parents of Anthony's really good friend, childhood friend actually, and they were all in business together at one point. It was for an insurance company that I ended up, after like a year of his name is Alec. Shout out to boy Alec. His dad following up, trying to get me to join, the business, or at least check it out. I finally went. I met him, and yeah, man, that's where I first saw Anthony.
We were kind of like knew each other from afar, I would say.
So anyways, this company was called WFG, which is very much like PHP or anything like that, if you've heard about them. Good companies, not bad companies, but it ended up not being for us, to be honest with you. Good business, though, nevertheless. And, yeah, dude, I met him there. At the time, I couldn't do it's a life insurance company. I couldn't do the life insurance thing, like I said, because of my legal status. So I ended up going my own way. And at the time, I just, literally one day, I just got a random call from our mutual friend, Alec. And then he's like, hey, bro, you remember Anthony? And I was like, yeah, kind of. I remember who Anthony is. He's like, yeah, bro, he just gave me a call. And he says, he has an opportunity that I already told him about your background. And, they know.
Dude, and I remember him calling me. Like, there was literally a phone call where he called. He's like, hey, bro, I got this guy, super sharp. But he can't work with us, bro, because he doesn't have his, legal status right.
Yeah, dude. So Alec gave me a call, and he was like, hey, don't worry about it. I was like, bro, you already know what's up. And he was like, yeah, no, it's cool, bro. They already know that, and you're good to go.
Dan thought he was going in to get set up or something.
So I was like, shit, is this ice? But, yeah, no, nevertheless, I showed up, and I met with Anthony and our mentor now, Matt. And it was over there in Sanger. Funny enough, that office, like I said, butterfly effect type things, that office was about 2 miles from my mom's apartment, which I ended up back in around that time that I went to go visit the Sanger office.
Dude, and the crazy part is your mom's apartment was the apartment I also grew up in because that was my dad's apartment as well. Mm-hmm. So it all kind of worked together in a crazy way.
Yeah, it was really weird. Looking back at it, whenever we talked about it one day, and we'd tell the story, it's super crazy because it's so many little things kind of happened, that are little funny coincidences. But anyways, long story short, I think at that point, and that's how I started with Academy West, by the way. And I think at that point, you already been there for about a year or so, huh?
Yeah, so I was there about a year. Yeah, about a year in. About a year.
Yeah, so like I said, at that point, Anthony had already been there with Academy West there. But something that a lot of people don't know about him is that before that, he was out there slinging 5-layer burritos, dude. Tell people about those times.
Yeah, really slinging 5-layer burritos. Yeah, a lot of people don't know is actually one of my first jobs ever was at Taco Bell. And so, yeah, I was the guy in the back. I didn't even cook, I'll be honest with you. I didn't get my hands dirty. I was only in the front. But, yeah, that's how I got my start, man. I was working at Taco Bell, and then I would do that more in the nights. And then throughout the day, I would work in construction with my dad. Yeah, man, shortly after that, kind of speed a little bit forward, how me and Danny met is I went to college for about a year, moved all the way to Seattle, Washington, and picked up my whole life, man, moved over there. And then after a year, I moved all the way back, man. I dropped out of college. It kind of really wasn't for me. Probably like a lot of you guys watching at home where maybe you guys dropped out or maybe school wasn't for you. And yeah, I actually came back for that life insurance thing Dan was talking about. One of my good buddies, Alec, was doing life insurance, kind of door-to-door life insurance as well. And yeah, I saw the opportunity. For me, the biggest thing for me is I always kind of wanted to make money to take care of my family, future family, and all that kind of cool stuff. And I saw that was like a pretty good vehicle to do it that I saw. So started doing that. First couple years really didn't like, I didn't make any money at all. And nothing bad against like the company, right? It was just, for me, like it wasn't just maybe not the best opportunity for us. And then a couple years into it, I knew of Dan. Like I remember seeing you throughout the meeting, right? We saw each other a couple times. Yeah. And back then, I think you had long hair still, no?
I had long hair, yeah. Back then, I was actually I was rocking the long hair. So you remember me from back in the day? You remember the long curly hair.
We gotta pull up a picture for this right now.
We're gonna pull up a picture
right
so you
now,
guys can
like
see. We'll pop it up, yeah.
There's a few good ones.
If you ever imagine like a Mexican version of Tarzan, that was Dan.
That's pretty good. That's a good.
That's a good analogy, right?
Yeah.
So we did that. We met a little bit in there, and then pretty soon ended up actually. Matt, our mentor that kind of Danny talked about a little bit, was actually one of my dad's best friends growing up. And so I told my dad, hey, like, there was always one guy growing up that was always super successful that I kind of saw from afar. Mm-hmm. And I ended up remembering that it was this guy, Matt, you know, and I told my dad, hey, I really want to sit down with him, kind of pick his brain, kind of see how he works, and kind of see how he got to where he's at. You know, he's in insurance, I'm in insurance. And at the end of the day, like, me in the back of my head, I really had a, like, personal agenda to, like, sell him a policy. But it didn't work out. He ended up selling me on working for Academy West. And yeah, I was there about a year. After about a year, I got the call from Alec, and that's when he said, hey, I got a guy who can't work with us over here because of his status and stuff. And we met with Dan, and that's how it goes down.
That's how it happened. And funny story, like a month and a half later, we were opening up the Lindsay location. Actually, you guys were opening up the Lindsay location, and next thing you know, we're out there in the summer, middle of the valley summer. We're fucking painting the walls. They're like 15 foot tall, like OG building. He doesn't like heights. He was up there painting.
Have me on the ladder. Yeah, of course. Have the guy who doesn't like heights on the ladder. That makes a lot of sense.
Like the 12-foot ladder is funny. So, and I think through that, I would say that's kind of how our friendship kind of really solidified. Just kind of literally rebuilding that building. We renovated it. Yeah. There was like a contractor that I was helping, but I went and we did a lot of the heavy lifting.
We were together like
every day.
Literally every day.
Every day, all day, yeah.
And I think after that, like, it kind of, I guess, kind of like Nate was saying, where it really sparked the bromance, I guess you can say.
Bro, yeah, the bromance is strong in the story. I'm like, bro. Damn.
Like, we were
bromates.
We were together every day after work. We kind of go to the office. At one point, we actually worked in the same office. We carpool.
For a good chunk of time,
got an apartment together. Yeah. We move kind of quick, you know. Things move quick when you know it's the one. So.
No kids.
Yeah, no kids yet. So.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of the story of how Captain America, you know, Iron Man with the Avengers. But also, if you know about the Avengers, you know that they have their Thor, right? And
Thor or Hulk, bro? I don't even know.
I don't know which one.
I say green.
Thor.
The green is on right now. So
well, the green is on.
The green is on.
You know, Hulk. You know, the Avengers brought in Hulk as well, and if you could tell from the size of the biceps, you know, one of us is Hulk. It's definitely not me. Definitely not Anthony. So it's Nate.
You guys got some good arms over there. I don't know, man.
We're working on it.
Get some gains these past couple weeks.
Two of my arms make one of yours.
Maybe right now.
Let's go, Nate.
Show it. There you go.
Yeah. So I know that the media crew behind the camera, they got to do a good job at photoshopping. Bam, right here.
Put SpongeBob arms on there. He's like blowing into
Put some Popeye arms.
That's my secret too. I just get a straw, put some size on him.
So that's Nate, man. He's the Thor. I said Thor. I call him the Black Thor. Just because look how beautiful he is.
Why do you call him the Black Thor though?
He told me to call him that.
I never went. I'll take it.
I was like, hey, that's kind of kinky, Nate, but hey, I'm gonna rock with it, bro. Hey, I'll give you that.
He knows my kinks. Let's just keep it there.
But look, I don't want to steal his thunder, so you know, I'm gonna let him tell his story.
How did we come together? Oh, the Great Dappy.
A triplet.
The Great Dappy's the one. Okay, so we all have a mutual friend. How would you guys even describe Dappy, actually? Because he introduced me to these guys and then dipped. Like, I haven't connected with all of them together since that first time. So how would you guys like describe Dappy?
You know, Dappy, dude, he's a really cool guy. Shout out Dappy, man. He's putting in a lot of work right now.
Shout out Dappy. Working.
He's got a real estate game going. So that's awesome. I would describe Dappy, he's the chillest. He's literally the chillest fucking guy you'll ever meet. that's the best. That's the only second thing I say about Dappy. I'm a super smart guy too, but chill, dude. Like chill. Like he gives me chill vibes, like that. Kind of like that Nemo turtle. That turtle from Nemo. Crush.
It introduces me to these guys. Hasn't kicked it. Like I don't think we've all kicked it together since. Like didn't go to the Halloween party. Nothing. Introduced us, and like ever since then, like we kind of clicked, huh? I feel I came over that one time. Checked it out. I think it was like football Sunday. You guys got me into Prize Picks. Who shout out to Prize Picks. Won a little bit of money with you guys.
Also lost a lot. You know,
don't focus on the losses though. You don't gotta focus on the losses.
Just being honest, bro. We gotta mention the gambling risk. You know, like
that's true. I know.
When they say take it out when you're ahead,
never happens.
Best piece of advice I can give you.
Yeah, that's how I met them, and then I started training Danny. So that's why I do personal training too as well. Got into that a long time ago. Played football at a college level, so then I've always been into that, and then started taking it serious.
What position were you, bro? I'm curious.
Running back and safety, slot whenever they wanted to pass it. I was basically like a CMC, bro.
Okay, let's not.
Like it's basically, but I return kicks and punts. I don't see him doing that. I don't see him doing that. All right. And I stayed healthy. He did for you guys though, so that's a plus.
Let's not go there. Huh?
So, dude, well, one thing also too that a lot of people don't know, or some people know actually if they know you personally, is that you have a daughter, right?
I do have a daughter. Yeah, she's about to be 3 in March too, which is crazy to think about.
So how does it feel to have a 3-year-old, bro?
It's like you need a drink. You know when you get off of work, you need a drink at the end of the day. It's kind of like that. But parenting, like all the time.
But is it like a good drink or is it a drink that makes you like sour face?
That's a good drink. It's a good drink. It's just like you need that decompression drink. No, having a kid's amazing, bro. Like, there's no better feeling than having a kid. So I like it. It's cool. I mean, I would definitely wait till the right time. If you guys are thinking about having kids out there, wait till the right time. Don't rush it. But it's the biggest blessing you can have.
She's really cool. It's funny. She looks like Adonis. So we'll see if we can pop
Drake's son. Pop that up.
Dude, I don't know. We got to pop a side by side.
Yeah, we have to pop. Yeah, right there.
So look, now that we're all caught up with the All Aces timeline, right? We got Thor, we got Iron Man, Captain America, and we got the Avengers Assembled. I want to talk about something that's big coming up. We're all big sports guys here, and we got the Super Bowl coming up. So we got Patty Mahomes, this next Saints, the next Tom Brady.
It's a little bit of a sensitive subject right now.
Yeah, I thought the Niners were supposed to be in the Super Bowl. You said.
Here's the thing, bro.
You said they weren't going to lose to the Eagles.
Here's the thing. Sometimes life throws you adversity, right? Life throws you adversity. And sometimes the adversity life throws you is meant to make you stronger. You're not even meant to get over it. Sometimes you're just meant to get stronger.
UCL tear?
And so what happened was, when you don't have a quarterback, which I'm sure you played football, right? When you don't have a quarterback, it's very hard to pass the ball. So, without my boy Purdy, it's tough,
Pretty bad situation.
The pretty bad. You know what? And then you got the boy Jalen Hurts. Obviously, the Eagles, they're already a nice opponent.
Always go for the light skin. Come on. Guys.
Not having
Purdy is, bro. He has some dog in him.
All right. I don't know how to take that.
So look, I want to see. I want to see what your predictions are. Who do you guys have? Obviously, I mean, Pat Mahomes, the next Tom Brady, the second coming of Tom Brady, maybe a little bit nicer. And then we got Jalen Hurts, Nick Saban's black sheep that made it all the way out. And, I think he plays with the chip on his shoulder. I mean, he's talented, but he plays with the chip on his shoulder.
That's Lincoln Riley right there, bro.
Huh?
That's a Lincoln Riley OSU right there.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I'll give mine first, dude. Honestly, I think the Chiefs are going to take it. I think schematically, I don't think the coaches line up. I don't think it's a good coach lineup for the Eagles. They have good coaches, but man, on the Chiefs too, they got some genius chess players on the back end, and obviously they have the players. They have the players to make those crazy things happen on the front end. So I think the Chiefs have the edge on this one. And if I have to put any money on it, I'm putting my money on Patty Mahomes, man. That guy, he's magical.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm not gonna watch it at all.
That's insane.
I'm gonna be with Nick Bosa. We're gonna be standing on the sidelines, not watching the game. And to be honest, but if I was gonna watch and I had to go for someone, I definitely go for Patty Mahomes, man. To me, to be honest with you, Patty Mahomes, he's it, man. And here's my point. Is the Eagles were only up by we were tied, and Niners were driving. We're about to go up until Josh Johnson, our fourth string, he's been on 100,000 teams. Until he fumbled the ball. The Niners were going, bro.
Excuses.
And so even with the fourth-string quarterback, and on top of that, even going in a half, we were going to get the ball back. So to be down you're only going to beat the Niners by like 14 points. Like
only 2 touchdowns.
Bro, but we were driving, and the thing we turned it over on the 15th. So long story short, to only beat the Niners like that, reality, the score doesn't really exemplify what the game was. If you really watched it, you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like when the Niners are just handing off the ball every single play, like,
bro.
I mean,
That's what I'm
But
saying.
you have like one of the best running backs, so it's not a bad idea.
But every play, all they got to do is sack the box. So for me, you can't even beat. If they would have played the Niners, Brock Purdy's in. Hell, throw in Jimmy G, bro. It's a entirely different ballgame. So if you can't even beat the Niners without a quarterback, you're not going to be Patty Mahomes, bro. No way.
So from the sounds of it, I mean, it sounds
Don't
like
tell me you're for Jalen, bro.
that's what it sounds like.
The Eagles are going to
Don't
win
do
the
it.
Super Bowl.
Don't do it.
And shout out to Always Sunny in Philadelphia, because you guys better make an episode about this, where you try to steal Patrick Mahomes, but you end up stealing his brother instead. This will be the best episode you guys will ever make in your life. You're welcome. You're welcome. No, but yeah, Eagles are definitely taking it. Jalen Hurts is going to ball out, bro. And he's not going to get replaced at the halftime in the national championship, like what happened with Bam. All right, they're taking it. I think it's gonna be like 34 to like 24. It's gonna be like they're gonna win by at least 2 possession easily.
Really?
I think Patty Mahomes
Their
is gonna
defense
run
is
it
good,
up.
bro. And if Patty has time to heal up, but he still had that high ankle sprain, and that Eagles defensive line was that's why Purdy got hurt, because they had pressure on him. So he's gonna bring a lot of pressure to Pat Mahomes.
Bro, it was on the first play. We had a tight end blocking him, bro. So to me,
Also,
I'm not
too,
impressed.
It was kind of like one of those fluke plays, dude. Like, it was just, I mean, that happens all the time.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that dude kept making plays. I forgot
that
his
guy, he did
name.
keep
Like,
making
they were
plays.
balling. That D-line was, like, getting to them, though.
He made 3 plays, bro. But it's, he's making plays. I'm sure.
You're still hurting. It's all right.
It's a
It's
sensitive
okay.
topic. It's
You
a
thought it
sensitive
was your
topic.
year, bro. It's all right. I get it.
You
I'd
know
be,
what was
I'd
a
be
play,
hurt, too.
The play of the game, Trent Williams grabbed a man almost by his neck, threw him on the ground, took out the frustration, play of the game.
Bro, all I know is, like, it could always be worse, right? We could always be, like, a Cowboys fan.
In reality, NFL's rigged. Patty Mahomes is not going to go without losing. They need Patty Mahomes to win. He can take over the Brady throne. That's what it is.
It's not happening.
Bro, look at the refs, bro. The refs gave Patty Mahomes the game against the Bengals. I mean, arguably.
Bro, the Bengals are the Bengals. As Steeler fans, we know the Bengals are always going to be the Bengals.
You know, my boy Eli.
Dirty
boy,
play,
you run
doing
your
something
mouth.
stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the Bengals, bro. Like, I mean, come on.
That is.
They beat the Bills. They were overhyped all year.
You know what? The Bills.
The only team that's been consistent was the Eagles.
Oh, my God. Bro, the Eagles got killed at the end of the season. What are you talking about?
Yeah, when Jalen was hurt.
Bro, what happened? What
With
happened?
Minshew?
Oh, but the Niners, when we're on our 5th-string quarterback, that
It
doesn't
shouldn't
count
even matter
at all.
who's back there, bro.
Oh, my God.
CMC better, like, go in there and sling some touchdowns, bro.
The fucked up part is that he was.
He was going to. No, he was. I'm joking
was.
about it, but he was going to
my
go in there.
gosh.
CMC was putting in work. Dude. That was a tough game, honestly. I think a lot of people had the Niners. And, dude, I mean, that was just the fucking Philly luck kicked in, dude. That Philly special luck fucking kicked in, dude. But on the topic of the Super Bowl, man, and the NFL, obviously we know the Super Bowl is like a big event, right? Dude, one of the things that I like kind of seeing, like, kind of develop in business is how these big companies, these big brands are grabbing, like, fucking, like, influencers or, like, YouTubers and kind of using them as strategical pieces for, like, their marketing, right? And honestly, I'm surprised. Like, the NFL is usually, like, at the forefront of, like, marketing shit, new, like, strategies and stuff like that all the time. And I'm just surprised that they haven't picked up somebody, maybe not necessarily the Nelkboys, but someone of that caliber, right, to kind of help them push the sport and push the brand, right? Kind of like how Dana White, he's a G himself, and that's kind of what he did, right? I mean, I feel like the UFC's brand has really kind of grown into the youth because of the Nelkboys. You know, you could attribute a lot of it to that.
I think the whole collabs the UFC was done right with Dana White. I mean, he literally did a Hasbullah collab, did a Nelkboys collab. He's done a Rock collab. Like, the Rock has
He's
official
a genius,
shoes.
bro. He's a genius when it comes
Yeah,
to
bro.
staying, like, in tune.
100%. And so I know whenever I first saw him on the Nelkboys videos, that was kind of the first time I really saw, like, a president of a company like that's actually going out and actually in the
$1 billion company.
Yeah,
And he balls out with them. Like, they actually have hella fun together. Like, it's not like they're just, like,
He's
for the
out,
show
like,
of
old
it.
square fucking fake shit. Like, he's out there chilling.
Yeah, dude. And another big move that Dana White just did was, did you guys see he signed Prime? He signed, like, the Logan Paul and KSI with Prime. You see that?
I did not say, but Prime is actually really good. I actually really like Prime a lot, too.
Dude, I haven't tried it. I've had bad reviews about it, but
It's just super sweet, but
It's super
if
sweet, bro.
if the label is, like, correct, it's pretty dope for being as sweet as it is with that low of sugar, too. So it's not too bad.
But I think it's a smart move, right? Because I think that Dana White could have used any other brand, right? There's a lot of brands, I'm sure, come up to Dana White to try to become the official sports drink of UFC. But the fact that he used them, bro, he's gonna leverage their audience, right?
100%. And I feel like he's pretty in tune with marketing like that and getting that organic growth off that as well too.
I mean, I was just gonna say, because if you think about everything he did with the Nelkboys, I mean, he kind of brought him in, right? He like goes in the videos with them and stuff like that, but he also let him basically like, I guess in a sense, sponsor like Sugar Sean, right? And I think there's one more guy that that they sponsored directly, like it's their fighter in a sense, you know, where he kind of let him have he let him get into the business. And for him, all the content that they've gotten out of that, dude, I think he's just leveraged the shit out of the brand there, like for free, you know?
I think it's definitely changing. You know, I think that before it was always content was super bad. It was always like everyone that was older that wasn't creating content, I feel like looked at content like a negative thing. But now I feel like it's really changing where they're looking at it as more something that you can actually monetize and make money off, right? Get more eyeballs.
And it's more accessible too. I feel like kids nowadays have it a little bit easier because they're growing up like pretty much editing on like TikTok, stuff like that. So they're already getting these skill sets. Like my little sister just blew up randomly, you know what I mean? And then like all because she learned how to do it. So I think it's making it accessible. And now they're able to get that audience without having to go through the companies. And that's why they can kind of leverage the companies now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that's really big, dude, getting the younger crowd, because the younger crowd, they don't watch fucking ESPN, dude. All the like younger kids, man, they're not watching ESPN. Like, even me, I don't really watch ESPN. All my news for sports and shit come on fucking TikTok and like Instagram. You know what I mean?
Easily, yeah, 100%.
And like everybody follows like their influencers, and now I feel like the influencers are kind of like back in the day, you used to have like a TV show like The Very Odd Parents and shit like that. Well, now you watch fucking Logan Paul, you watch the fucking Nelkboys and stuff like that.
All I watch is YouTube, bro. I can't remember the last time I even had cable, to be honest with you.
Honestly, and I think, like you said too, it goes back to content, because I feel like the content on there is so good. Like the average person is getting that much better at creating content now, you know what I mean? So I think that's a really good side of it too. And then when you guys were talking about sports too, isn't FaZe, don't they have something with the NFL too? Because I know that
I know they did a collab. So they did a collab with the Super Bowl.
because Kyler Murray's a part of FaZe as well too, right?
Yeah, and they also just did a collab with Nike too, bro. Like where they have a Nike shoe. That's FaZe.
FaZe, that's what I'm saying.
FaZe Nike shoe. That's sick.
And that's one of the first ones that were coming out with content like that too, with gaming and stuff. So that's dope.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be exciting seeing. I mean, I can't see what big brand is gonna be the next one to collab with somebody like the Nelkboys and stuff like that. I'm sure the NFL, they're already working on some type of contract. I feel like nowadays, if you don't, you know, you kind of have to. You look at the NBA and the MLB, they're so fucking boring, man. I feel like they're still stuck in the past. Even compared to the NFL.
Dude, the MLB is way behind. Like, I'm sorry. The commissioner of the MLB is so far freaking behind where he's
Dude,
not
they're
even
just not in tune. Like, I feel like they're like on 1950.
Dude, he's still
when
going
it
to
comes
the
to like
pharmacy.
marketing.
He's still going to the pharmacy and ordering fucking soda pop. That's what he's fucking doing, man. Get him out of there.
The pop too. It's the pop too. That's what it is.
He gets his milk delivered by the milkman still.
Still, hey, you could still do that. I seen that happen to one of my neighbors the other day, and I was surprised that there's still a milkman. I don't know why it blew my mind.
Yeah, you know what? Another thing too, though, to point out is I feel like part of it, though, it is the big brands going out and reaching out, but it's also these creators that are treating their fucking YouTube channel and their brand like a business, right? When you look at like Mr. Beast, right? Obviously Logan Paul, I feel like I don't know if he's necessarily started like that, but he did transition into treating it like a business. And I mean, fuck, dude, the Nelkboys. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I read that the Nelkboys did $70 million in merch sales in 2021. That's fucking nuts. Dude.
That's insane.
70 mil?
70 million.
Yeah, 70 million, dude. I don't even know what they did in 2022, dude. 2021, that was like...
Wait, that was just off merch?
That was just off merch.
In what year? 2021?
2021.
Bro, they've gotten...
But they have Happy Dads too and stuff. They have like a lot of ways.
Dude, but they've gotten way bigger ever since 2021. Like 2022, they blew up even more, I think.
I agree. Yeah, they're like a household name now with everybody.
Yeah, they are, dude.
That's why I feel like they got them on the pod. They got the podcast going, right? Where like they got like really A-list celebrities on their podcast.
Yeah, they got fucking Elon Musk. Those guys, they're big players, dude. Honestly, I feel like them. I feel like that guy, Kyle, man, Forgard. How do you say his last name? Forgard?
Kyle Forgard is one of the most underrated businessmen of all time, for sure.
He's fucking slept on as a businessman, for sure. Dude, he's about that. That's going to be $1 billion company.
Dude, because the thing is, people just look at, I feel like people still look at him as like someone who just does pranks, right? But like business guys if you look at it from the outside of it, right? Like this guy started his own alcohol brand. He started his own merch line. He has, and more importantly, I think he has a team of people that are all work together and all create content together. And he keeps them all under the same umbrella. Like, I don't think people really understand and realize how hard it is to keep a team together, especially of that size that's producing that much like volume and views and average, like everything,
at that
right?
level, yeah.
I say like, because you said how they just started those businesses, but they're doing it successfully too. Like at a high level, and to be able to do all that and then keep up with everybody is Fucking insane.
And I think
true.
that's a big part of it too that I've seen, dude. And obviously we don't know behind the scenes 1,000%, right? But what I've seen that they've done is they've hired like CEOs and presidents of their company where they're not all running it themselves. Like I think that's a big part of what people need to understand sometimes is that you don't have to do everything yourself. Like you see a lot of these influencer brands and crypto and all this other different types of stuff that I've seen that kind of has flopped, dude. But it's because like the influencer is the influencer. They're meant to get all the eyeballs, right? And a lot of times they can be good business people too, but I feel like there's other people that are going to be way better at business. Like for example, myself, right? Like I like fitness, but I know for 100% sure that you're going to be a lot better trainer than I can ever be, right?
Outsourcing. Always got to outsource, especially with something that you're not as good at too. I agree 110%. I feel like too many people try to spread themselves thin.
Yeah.
And that's why you get kind of caught up too, trying to do everything.
And dude, I mean, look at somebody like The Rock, right? Like The Rock, he's a good business guy, but at the end of the day, the biggest asset he has is his fucking big ass biceps, right? Like it's his brand. And, dude, it is. And
Fucking facts.
If you look at his companies like Terramana or any other, like even the Under Armour collaboration, right? Like he has an executive team in place, like you were saying, you know, with the Nelkboys, because he knows that his role in the team is to be the face and to be the brand, right? He knows that other people can be better CEOs, can be better, you know, at distribution, can be better at marketing and all kinds of stuff. So, you know, he just shows up, he does his fucking work, he looks fucking buff as fuck on camera, and you know, he sells his, you know, his fucking shoes, his merch, and his fucking tequila. So, I think that's a really good point though. That it's good to know that these people, they aren't doing everything. Like they're building a legit team of fucking people that are better at.
Why'd you leave off his energy drink though?
Huh?
You said everything but his energy drink.
You know, Zoa's fucking ass.
Everything.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Zoa, dude. Zoa, the energy drink, the rocks, tequila, trash.
Damn.
I bought it once for fucking. I remember this. It was a fucking 4th of July. It had just came out. We thought it was gonna be a banger. We drove
rented, 40 minutes to get this tequila.
We were at a big ass fucking mansion, fucking
shit.
celebrating. Freddie remembers this shit. We're at a big ass fucking mansion in the fucking hills for the fucking weekend. It was like a 5-day fucking thing, 4-day thing, and. Terramana came out. We're like, fuck, dude. We're gonna have 4th of July because you can see the fireworks for all of fucking LA, dude, from the hills. We're gonna take some fucking shots. Everybody take a shot. Everybody was fucking disgusted. Worst
That
fucking
bad?
tequila.
Not
Bro,
one person
bad.
said it was good.
Bro, Costco tequila is
Wow.
better than Terramana. I'm sorry.
Shots
but-
fired, bro.
But you know the crazy thing?
He's bigger than me. I can't fight him after you guys say this shit.
The crazy thing is we all still bought it because it
that's
goes
the thing.
back down to the eyeballs, right? The whole marketing that he has and everything that he presents, it's all freaking brand, bro. Like,
Bro, it's like the Balenciaga shit we were just talking about last interview. Is like they can create a trash bag and people will buy it because it has Balenciaga on it.
Balenciaga.
That's literally why. It's the brand.
My brothers bought Supreme sandwich bags. Like literally, like they're literally sandwich bags, little Ziploc bags, and it's a Supreme. And I think he got it off like Go to StockX, where he had it. He paid extra. He waited up for him, and like he doesn't open them. Like he doesn't use them.
You don't even use them at all.
No.
It's everyday shit too. That's why I don't. Supreme too. Branding, marketing, genius.
Supreme, yeah, dude. But I mean, you know, going to the celebrity thing. I mean, the Zoa shit. That's a good fucking catch. I left it out because it's fucking trash.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did notice that. I was like, everything but that.
But the
I knew
marketing,
that'd be the reason.
Marketing, everything else, for presentation, 10 out of 10. Like to this day, I know it's not good, but every time I see The Rock post something about it,
You want to try it.
I want to try it.
You wanted because you just assume like I could have got better. They could have fixed this.
1,000%.
Yeah, and the fucked up thing is like Anthony said, like how we bought the Terramana, like I bought the fucking Zoa, and like I bought a bunch of I bought multiple
Because
times.
you love that
Eventually
brand.
love, yeah.
That's the important part because you love that person behind that brand.
I bought his clothing though. Like his clothing, his activewear, 10 out of 10.
Oh,
Pretty
his
solid.
Under Armour shit,
Fire.
lights out.
What's
bro.
crazy though is I remember you guys were hating on my energy drink selection. Now you're drinking Celsius, so I just want to throw that out there.
All right, but if you go back
I'm pretty
to my,
spot on with all this stuff.
if you go back to my fridge, open it up and tell me what you see.
It is all bang. Well, you know, like,
They're probably expired too. They don't even make them anymore.
on the topic of energy drinks, though,
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna give the hat to fucking Bang, dude. 300 milligrams. Bang has 300
They
milligrams.
probably
of
lied
caffeine.
about it.
Like maybe it doesn't have the superhuman creatine that makes you fucking that gives me biceps.
I'm
like
sorry,
yours.
Nate. It doesn't have roids. I'm sorry.
That's basically what they swore was in there, though. That's
Yeah,
the part
that's
that I don't get
But
it.
Bang to me, Bang Celsius is my second favorite for now. It's like the middle child. You know, like I love it, but I rather go with
Better
with
than
the
bankrupt. Bankrupt.
So
Yeah, you
since
did. That's right.
okay, so on the same topic of Bang, top 3 energy drinks so far.
for you.
Ooh, that's tough. Why do I get this question? All right, so I'm gonna go
We're gonna
Celsius
rattle.
number 1. Those are Alani's are pretty gas at number 2, and I would say you guys are gonna hate me too, but those sugar-free Red Bulls
Oh my god.
or zero sugar. There's 2 different ones, but the darker can, fire.
And you know what? I never fucking seen the stupid ass black can until he said it, and I was like, bro, I've never seen that shit. That shit doesn't
So
exist.
fire.
And then now I looked and Arco I was like, damn, they do have.
They're
like
always
that.
there.
It's like the
sweetener's different, is what it is. Like one of the sweeteners is different than the other.
No,
but it's like
bad.
better. It's just like a little bit more healthy.
Honestly, right now my top 3 is Bang, Rain. Well, I don't know. I think Celsius overtook Rain, but I'm gonna go with Bang, Celsius, Rain. Those are my top 3.
I think for me, easy. It goes. I think for me, easy. It goes Bang, Ghost, and then Rain for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna go Bang Bang Niner Gang, but we're done with that for the year, right? We're done with that. Are we done with that for the year? No more Bang Bang Niner Gang.
Until our
We're
quarterback
done?
comes back, till we get a quarterback on the field, we might be done with that. You know, you know what the worst part is? The Niners are on their 3rd quarterback, and I think the Steelers were on their 1st quarterback, huh? 1st or 2nd quarterback.
We rebuilt already. Our rebuild year was literally successful.
You didn't make the playoffs. You're still building.
And we should have made the playoffs.
You didn't make the playoffs.
Kenny
you're still
P
building.
balled out, bro.
Bro, we were over
like
500.
balled out. Kenny P, shout out Kenny P, KP, balling.
I wish
Baby hands.
He's no Brock Purdy, but you know.
Brock Purdy. Bro, Brock Purdy has like 4 of the best athletes in the NFL at the fucking
Like
NFL.
in just pro sports, bro.
So
like
did Josh
in pro
Johnson.
sports.
So did Josh Johnson. How did he do?
Bro, he's old as hell.
They didn't trust him, bro. They didn't trust him, bro. If Shanahan is putting Debo in the fucking backfield and handing it off,
Bro,
Yeah.
he did that
Every
with Brock
play.
Purdy.
but not every fucking play. Like he didn't even let him sling it, dude. And he had a couple throws that weren't half
He's
bad.
singing a couple times, but after he dropped the ball when it hit his hands,
Moment was too fucking big for the guy.
Too
That's
big.
what
Too
All
I'm
I
big.
know is there's no more Bang Bang Niner Gang, bro. I'm just done. Done. Done.
We'll leave that there.
It's all right. You're fine. You'll be all right. There's always next year, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, it's always
Dude,
next year.
so okay, so you could argue that Mr. Johnson is a little bit blind.
Mr. Johnson.
He's an old dude, man. And you know the thing is that if Mr. Beast had known about that, Mr. Beast probably could have purchased his fucking surgery to let him see again, and maybe he doesn't fumble.
That was a smooth segue. I like that. Makes you feel better about the Niners loss right there.
Yeah, dude. They were trying to cancel Mr. Beast. If you don't know, obviously you know who fucking Mr. Beast is. And if you don't know, you're living under a rock. That's just a fact. But Mr. Beast, right? He healed. What was it? I think 1,000 people.
Dude, so Mr. Beast.
I don't want to say healed because that sounds like he's Jesus. But
Bro, that
yeah.
literally, I was like, is Mr. Beast him? He's returning in the flesh.
No, so what it is Mr. Beast paid for 1,000 people who were blind to have like a procedure to make them see again, or to get them to see that for the first time. And the craziest part, dude, is even after all that, he did it. He made a video about it. The video went viral. It was crazy. And for the majority of part, like most people were saying it's awesome. You know, like for someone to do that for people like that, it's one of the biggest things. But somehow Twitter still found a way to turn it around and make it bad.
The
like
negative of it.
Yeah, they were trying to make it bad. Like he was.
I mean, he could have healed Dak Prescott, bro. This dude's over here throwing like 4 picks a game.
No,
he
it's just-
clearly has vision problems.
you know what Dak Prescott problem is? It's his mattress, bro.
It's definitely
it's
his
not.
sleep number or
I
whatever.
promise you, I have a sleep number. That's not the problem. I promise you.
That's not the problem.
That's funny, dude. But I mean, what was that tweet? Because you showed me that tweet of.
Okay, so we're gonna read the tweet
you
word
gotta
for
read the
word.
tweet. It's a funny fucking tweet. It's very true though.
Better than that Greta tweet that got Andrew Tate put in prison.
All right, so not to mess up, I'm gonna read the tweet word for word. So this is kind of this kind of sums up what happened. So, Mr. Beast tweeted, Twitter. This is kind of like he's mocking Twitter, right? So he said, Twitter, rich people should help others with their money. Me, as a Mr. Beast, said, okay, I'll use my money to help people, and I promise to give away all my money before I die, every single penny. And then also Twitter, Mr. Beast is bad. So like it's crazy, dude, because he did something like he really changed these people's lives, right? He did something that not a lot of people are ever going to get a chance to do ever. And then somehow people are saying he's chasing clout, he's chasing views, which to me in my mind, dude, I'm like, dude, this guy already gets 50 million views on his YouTube. Like, what does he need to chase other views for? Like,
It's not like he needs clout. Exactly.
he doesn't need any clout at all. Like, everyone knows who Mr. Beast is.
I mean, he could have did it without saying that he did it, but I feel like it was pointless. You might as well. If you're doing it, do it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I see both sides, right? Because some people are like, oh, you gotta be charitable and silent, right? But dude, no, I feel like that matters. And I'm sure he's charitable because I mean he has
That's his whole thing, is being charitable, though.
Yeah, well, dude, and
That's his whole image.
He has a big old nonprofit, dude, that it's been running in the background for God knows how many years already. And he's not always making content about that, you know. And either way, the media, dude. I mean, the media will cover when like a big actor or actress does something positive, or they go to freaking Africa and like build whatever, right? And they'll cover that stuff. So to me, it's the same thing. I don't know. Like I don't see like the hate. I don't see the reason to hate on
So a good point that I think that big guy, the news guy, his name's Keemstar or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Fucking Keemstar. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I just even hearing that name though.
So Keemstar, right? He created a pretty cool video where he
cringe. He's just
Is
so
that
cringe.
the guy that talks in front of the laptop with the mic?
What he was talking about was he was saying, did Mr. Beast do it for money? 1,000% yes. But what people don't know is that Mr. Beast said that, like, the more money he makes, right, he wants to give it all away. So obviously, the more money he makes, he's only going to be giving more. So
More
like,
away. He's generating more to give away more.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I feel like that kind of shows just society though. Is we can have somebody doing something so positive, and somehow society will find a way to like point it and put it in like to a negative. You know what I mean? Like there'll be like 99 good things, and they'll only remember the one bad thing that happened, or they'll somehow try to like pin it to being a bad thing.
I feel like it depends on the person too, dude. Because I mean,
Fucking Reddit warrior.
yeah, for the majority, yeah, the Reddit warriors. Because for the most part, the majority,
The Reddit.
everyone agrees that like it's a good thing he did, right? Like it's an amazing
100%.
thing he did, life changing. But then there's always going to be that one person who's always like negative at the parties. They're going to be super negative about every freaking thing, and those are the people I think that are really like kind of kicking back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm sure, like, you know, he did what he did, and you could paint it, like, you know, you can paint the picture 1,000 different ways. But ultimately, I mean, when you objectively look at it, I mean, he helped 1,000 people see that probably we're never going to see ever again had it not been for him. So
That goes back to the whole saying that like money is the root of all evil, right? Like I feel like so many people have this crazy idea that the more money you make, or if you make a lot of money, that you're a bad person. And I think that it goes back to the saying as well. Like money just exemplifies and brings out who you really are, right?
1,000%. Especially like you look at people like Mr. Beast, right? There's people like him, and there's other people that are like filthy rich, right? But they don't donate or do stuff like that for people as much. And I think, I don't know, man. I think a lot of people have like this negative stigma towards money or being like rich like that, like Mr. Beast. But man, I mean, you know, like you said, you know, it just exemplifies who you are. It like augmentates who you already are as a person.
There's people that don't have money and are really bad people. Like they have zero money, poorest people in the world, and they're still the like rudest, mean person in the world. Like there's that person out there.
1,000%, dude. I think that, I don't know, man. I don't think that, I feel like just
We all
from
have
my
an
life
X out there like
experiences-
that.
Huh?
So we all have an X out there like that.
You know, they bitch stabbed you in the back.
Let's go into that, Nate. Let's go into the list of Nate's exes real quick.
Let's not. I don't think we have enough time for that.
You know, I feel like as a person, dude.
I feel like my thing is this, right? If he needed clout, like when 6ix9ine was doing that back in the 6ix9ine era, if you guys were there for the 6ix9ine era, which I wish none of us were there for that, when he was going out and like feeding people or giving away money, like he was doing that for clout, obviously, and it worked for him. But like Mr. Beast doesn't need clout, so there's no point other than to help out. You know what I mean? I think that's where it kind of goes down to, because why else would he post it? Everybody, oh, clout, money, but at the same time, he already has money, he already has clout, so there's nothing to gain by posting it.
And he's been doing that, dude. He's been doing that for like, man, I don't know how many years now, like 7,
This
8
guy
years
gives away
already.
Lamborghinis. He gives away Lamborghinis. I mean,
It's
he's
his whole niche, so it's like, come on, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Shout out
agree
Mr.
with that.
Beast. He's like Jesus making 1,000 people see again.
Alrighty, so obviously that was a lot to unpack, and obviously if you're watching at home, we went all over the place, man, but we had a lot of fun in this. So this is the first time we ever did a podcast like this, like an episode, just us, and we had a lot of fun, man. But like we always do here at the All Aces podcast, we're going to end it with one final question, the same way we do every single guest, every single episode, and we're going to ask our host, like actually the same question we ask our guests. And so we'll start off with Nate. And I'm going to repeat it, and then we'll kind of go one by one to see how we would answer it. And it's going to be interesting, man, because we've never actually answered it ourselves. So the question is for you guys at home, if this is your first time watching our podcast, never heard it before, it's kind of like a situation-based question, right? Where imagine a picture young Nate, right? Or young Danny, right? Where you guys are young and you're kind of going through the struggle. You haven't had any success here. You're not the buff personal trainer you are. Or you're not the 6-figure immigrant that turned all your success you've turned into, right? What would you tell that younger version of yourself to get through those tough times and to let them know everything's going to be okay?
Ooh, that's a tough question. And I always think about this too every time we ask somebody. But it's so crazy being on the other end of it. I would say to myself that without the journey, without going through the ups and the downs, you wouldn't be who you are and who you need to become. So take every single lump, take every single high, every single low, let it make you the best version of yourself for you, your family, and everybody around you, and just continue to push even when times are hard, because that's what's going to make you the best you. And as I always say, a scaled sailor has never sailed over a mellow sea or something like that. Hard times make you who you are. So just embrace everything that you go through, and then everything's going to be okay.
I think I would tell my younger self that it's kind of simple. Like, you can't lose if you don't quit. So, like, if you never quit, you'll never lose, you know. I know there's going to be times where you feel like quitting or you feel like there's no way out, but you didn't quit. And as long as you don't quit, you know, you won't lose and you'll get to where you want to be.
That's awesome, bro. Those are really good points. And I guess to finish it off, the advice I would give to my younger self would just be, I think, to have confidence in myself. I feel like when I was growing up, I didn't really have too much confidence back then. And so I would just remind myself, like, you are enough. Everything you're going to be doing, everything's going to work out in the end. And to just take the risk. Every single risk that you're scared to take right now, if you take it, it's all going to pay off 10x in the future. So that's probably what I would say to my younger self. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit weird answering the question that we always ask the guests. I know that when we're on the other side of it, I've always kind of thought about it myself, but never answered it like in my head. And so it's kind of cool to kind of put that answer out there on the camera for sure. But alrighty, guys, that wraps it up for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the love, comments, likes, subscribes, everything you guys show us, all the love and support. We appreciate it, man. It doesn't go unnoticed. Every single comment, we all go through it. And we appreciate you tuning in for another episode of the All Aces podcast. And we'll see you on the next one.